Well, hello. If you've been following along with some of my more recent videos, you'll know about some of the problems with my backpack that I've been experiencing. This issue's got me thinking about the gear that I have no regrets about. Things that if I did it all over again, I would absolutely purchase again. And of course, when I was thinking about this list, I was thinking of items that were pricey, things that cost more than $100. And there's really three things for me that always come up on top, are always reliable, and I always enjoy using. My number one, absolutely no regret item that I have is my Warbonnet Blackbird hammock. This hammock was my first sort of shelter that I purchased. I've taken it on all the trips I've done solo that had trees. It's super comfortable, it's ultralight, and super convenient. Things I love about this hammock that might be different from other hammocks is the asymmetric lay. So when you lay in this hammock, your head is over here and your feet are over there. And what this does is it allows for a more flat lay than, your typical laying in a banana hammock. The second thing I like about this hammock is the shelf. So back here, there is sort of a little shelf that you can store some extra gear. So things that I might put in there are like my sleep clothes until I'm ready to change into them, my electronics, maybe even a bottle of water, sometimes my phone if I'm not using it. All these things can fit on the shelf, and that way it's not falling around everywhere and getting lost. That's a feature that I'm pretty sure is unique to the Blackbird hammock, and it's one of the features that really just makes it for me. Another thing that I love is, of course, the integrated bug net. It has helped me so much in the summertime when there's mosquitoes and other bugs that you definitely don't want getting in there. I also love the stuff sack that comes with the hammock because it opens on both sides. So you can kind of like pull one side out, hook it up, then do the other side without the hammock ever touching the ground. One thing that I might change up in the future is the straps. So my hammock uses the Beckett suspension, which I chose because I thought it would be simpler, but the straps are not the greatest on trees. And the reason is because they are super narrow, and they also have a tendency to bunch up, so it makes it even narrower, and it kind of digs into the trees a little bit, which I don't feel good about, and I might eventually try and switch that up and try to get maybe some wider straps that would be safer for the tree. I actually have two under quilts for my hammock. The one I have on here now is the Warbonnet Yeti. It is a 40-degree under quilt, and it is actually a 3/4 length, so it's meant to go from your shoulders to your knees with the intention that this is a summer underquilt. So you're not going to need anything under your feet when it's warmer out, especially if you have a top quilt that has a foot box. What I love about this underquilt in particular is how light it is. It weighs something like 7 or 8 ounces, and it packs down super small. It's also really all that I need in the summertime, as long as it gets above 40 degrees. The other quilt that I have for more winter hammock camping is the Warbonnet Wookie. So that one follows the asymmetric configuration of the hammock, and it is super warm. It is a 0-degree underquilt, and that one has been really great for like deep winter camping or any time where I'm camping under 40 degrees. It keeps me so warm. But I think that the combination of the two underquilts that I have, I'm prepared for pretty much any temperature above 0. I actually own I actually own 3 top quilts, but I own 2 single person top quilts. and both are by Enlightened Equipment. This one is my summer one, so this is a 40-degree top quilt, which is plenty warm. Anything above 40 degrees, fine. My other underquilt, which I don't have with me here, is a 10-degree, so that's more for deeper winter camping. What I love about Enlightened Equipment quilts is how lightweight they are. I also love how you can snap the collar around you and tighten it so it really traps the heat in. Or if it's summertime and you don't need all of this quilt, you can actually unzip the toe box and you can make it into an actual flat quilt. The exact model I have is the Enlightened Equipment Revelation, and they do make other configurations, like ones with sewn foot boxes, ones that are more like a sleeping bag setup. This one I like just because it's so versatile and it's really lightweight. And lastly, the third piece of gear that I have zero regrets about buying is the Hammock Gear Dyneema Hex Tarp. I hesitated to buy this tarp because of the price tag. And that was a mistake. My first tarp that I bought was actually the Warbonnet Superfly. Absolutely nothing wrong with that tarp. I wanted something lighter and something that would be better for summer. And so I finally caved and I bought the Hammock Gear tarp. And wow, that was such a good decision. It is ultra light, ultra waterproof, and it's super simple to set up. I'm pretty sure it's still one of the lightest tarps on the market right now. And it is absolutely worth the price tag. I've gotten so much use out of this tarp that I'm pretty sure it's more than paid for itself. Let me know what you think of my no regret items, and if you have any no regret items that you'd like to share, let me know in the comments. Until next time, thank you for watching and happy trails. That feeling when you try to set up for a hammock video and you realize you're about to walk into poison ivy. One thing I will caution about, which I had to learn the hard way, is don't cook near your quilt. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.